The man stuck his head into the fridge, desperately stuffing ice into his mouth. At that moment, he looked like he was in pure bliss. Then he gathered the crushed ice and slurped it down like jelly. Completely ravenous, still not satisfied, he started licking the frost off the shelves until they were polished smooth like a mirror. As a burglar, he had been trapped inside this luxury apartment for 2 full days and nights. If he didn't find a way out soon, he'd die of thirst. But escaping wasn't easy. This place was on the 60th floor, with soundproof, blast-resistant glass covering the entire rooftop. Aside from the locked front door, there was no way out. He studied the door. It was made entirely of solid wood. He ran his hand over it and found the weakest spot, then started stabbing it with a small knife. Soon he chipped away a chunk of wood, revealing the softer inner layer. He picked up the pace, but as time passed, the broken central AC made the room hotter and hotter. Sweat dripped down his neck. His thirst became unbearable. So he dropped the knife and searched the house for water. But ever since the alarm had been triggered, the water had been shut off. Every faucet was bone dry. He stared at the toilet for a long time, but just couldn't bring himself to drink from it. He crawled to the indoor garden in the corner and dug up the automatic sprinkler line, but even that was dry. Finally, he turned to the luxury fish tank in the living room. He dipped a finger into the water, then licked it, but the salty, bitter seawater only made it worse. Helpless, he went back to the door and kept digging, until suddenly his knife hit something solid. To his horror, there was a thick steel plate hidden inside the door. Without Pro Tools, there was no way to break through. In utter despair, he collapsed on the coffee table and tried to call for help using the radio, but his partner had already abandoned him. There was no response. He barely made it to the next morning, picked up the phone to call the police, but all he got was silence. He turned on the computer, but it was just a prop. This strange mansion felt more like a carefully designed prison just for him. That's when he noticed the air vent above. He stared at it for a while, then suddenly, a bold idea came to him.